everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I am really, really excited to introduce you to one of my good friends, Shayla.
And I'm super stoked to be here.
She's nervous.
I know, and I'm trying to find how to share this on my page, on my...
So, one of the things that I wanted to do, just with people who follow me or watch my videos, because I have so many amazing people that I'm connected with, and I know that watch a lot of these videos because I release a lot of great content. What?
Are you talking about people like me?
I have an amazing network of women, and I want to introduce you to them just so you can find out where I get inspiration from sometimes, or people I follow, or things that I like. So stay tuned, because I'm going to be having about once a week or maybe a little bit more, some interviews with people that are in my life that are fantastic ladies. And I'm starting off with Shayla.
Oh my gosh.
She's a fantastic lady.
Thank you so much.
So Shayla, I don't know how long we've known each other. A while. Many years.
Probably 5.
Yeah. Okay. That was the counting. She is a gypsy nomad, and her things that you can follow her, right? She drew this.
This is the Facebook icon, and this is the YouTube icon. I can't draw the Instagram icon, but it's all the same.
She's on Instagram too. You can follow her. Her site is Living on a One Way. And I'm going to ask her a few questions just so you guys can get to know her a little bit better, because these are things that I really enjoy about the fantastic Shayla.
But people don't understand that living on a one-way, it's because I travel and it's one-way tickets.
One-way tickets. That's what it means. One-way ticket.
But you knew that.
I knew that.
Okay. Really,
right.
People are like, oh. I'm
she
like,
lives on a one-way ticket.
Yeah.
No, just go place to place, and new experiences and different life experiences and all sorts of fun things.
All the things.
We're going to find out more right after these messages from our... Just kidding. I don't have a sponsor, but that would be great.
Coming.
I'm working on Costco. Seriously. I talk about Costco all the time. Costco's a big deal. I love Costco, and this is not
paid. Not an ad. Soon to be added.
Soon to be. Wait,
that's hashtag.
Sometimes I have to learn how to be cool from other people too.
I'll teach you.
All right. So, Shayla, tell me a little bit about where you're from and just a little background bio on you.
So I'm from here. I'm from Minnesota, where we are right now. Yeah, and I've been traveling full time for the past 2 years, and probably a couple months into my travels, my friends were like, "We never know where you are. Can you start blogging?" And I was like, "Nope." I don't like writing. I don't enjoy writing. So I was like, I don't want to write. Yeah, I'm not trying to write all the time, but I like telling stories, and I think I could do a video. So I started doing a video on Facebook, and it went pretty well to start. And I was like, well, that was kind of neat. I could probably do that. So I just committed to doing one a week and making sure that I always did one a week, which was essential. I'm sure you know, just by consistency, you get better and better every time you do it. Mm-hmm. And where I am now is light years ahead of where I started, and probably light years behind where I'll be in 2 years. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of exciting to think about. 2 years more of travel.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. Who knows?
Okay.
So I've been traveling, yeah, just all around. And usually I go and stay in a place for a couple months, and then I go somewhere else and stay in a place. So it's not bucket listing, check, 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 check. I like to go in and figure out what's going on and get a job and learn about the place.
Habitate there.
Yes. Habitate.
Yeah. Embrace the environment.
I say feel the heartbeat of the location.
Feel the heartbeat of the location.
I'm gonna sew it on a pillow. Yeah.
Take its pulse. Do you ever leave a place because you're not feeling it? I'm out.
No. Well, I've left specific locations, in Nicaragua, I went somewhere and I was like, I don't want to stay here, so I stayed somewhere else. But typically I have kind of a plan for what's going on, and when I moved to Puerto Rico, it was a nightmare. I was calling my mom crying. I was like, I can't do this is not working, but I really, really wanted to. I was just having some hard times, but I had just gotten a job, but I was crying because I had to go buy shoes for the training. So what I mean is,
I cry when I shop too, so I get it. But that's because I get hives. I break out in a rash in the dressing rooms.
Same, but
and
different.
then I'm in the corner. But
and someone comes and finds you, and there's
yeah.
Well, that's how
Can we help you?
Right.
No,
just leave me alone. Okay,
need more therapy. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. So tell me some things about you. I want to know about what your life mission is right now. Your
Just
life
diving
mission.
in deep. This is
your big impact you want to make on Earth. Yeah.
well. That I mean, I feel like you gotta butter me up before you go for the before you go for the big question like that.
People want to know.
Ashley, we went to McGuire together.
Yes, this is Ashley.
What are you doing, girl? You're fine. I'm traveling. I love that. Yes. Okay, so my life mission.
Life mission.
I would say that my life mission is to inspire people to kind of like live beyond their fears and to kind of do things. I always say create a conscious life. So think about all the things that you want out of your life and think about everything that you want and just make them happen. So a lot of people are like, don't do what society tells you to do. And they want you to like do what I do and travel all over the world. My mission is not to get everyone to travel all over the world. My mission is for you to consciously think about the life that you're living and spice it up with. I just read a book recently.
Jalapenos.
No. I mean, unless you're super passionate about jalapenos and you want to make salsa for a hot,
Okay.
then jalapenos work. But I just read Big Magic, and Big Magic talked about, have you read it? It's genius. What?
Elizabeth Gilbert.
I listened to it, because she's a good storyteller. So she said that, think about the last time that you were like super passionate about something, and she was talking about a girl who felt that when she was figure skating at 12, that's when she was like living the best life. So all this woman did was add figure skating lessons 2 times a week before work. And like it made her feel fulfilled. That's all you have to do. That's all I think that you have to do. You have to, and if your life, if you consciously think about it and you want the picket fence and the 2 kids and the husband and the house, I think that's great. I really do. I think that if that's what you like, think about what you want and that's what you want, then be the best at it.
Be the best at having that picket fence.
And the kids.
Yeah.
2.5.
2.5.
Whatever that means.
Bun in the oven?
Erica!
Shmerica! Hi, Shmerica. She loves it when I call her Shmerica.
I also went to school with her.
Everybody.
Is that the right Erica?
Yeah.
Is that
That's
you, Erica?
Shmerica. Is that you?
Hi! We're
Okay.
just having a junior high reunion here.
Yeah. So this is great. Flashback time. So now that you're talking about your life mission, I really like that. Was that part of your TED Talk? Because you did a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
A TEDx talk.
TEDx. Okay.
I mean, there's a difference.
Potato.
Potato, tomato. Not quite.
Anyway, why would you say that you feel your life mission is important?
Jeez! These are not easy. Okay, so my life mission is important because I think that people need to think about how they're living and not just like do what they're supposed to do unless they think about it and that's what they want to do. So I think just by doing what I'm doing and traveling, I'm thinking that I love learning and I like going to these places and that's something I've had to think about too. Like, why do I want to travel? Is it to get really good Instagram photos? No. Is it to inspire people to do what they want to do? Yes. So it's just, I think it's important just to kind of challenge people's idea of how they have to live.
Okay. Is that part of the reason? Because when you travel, I notice you share really well your journey, your experiences, not just pictures and things like that, but you share snippets of these other lifestyles and cultures.
Yeah.
And that, I want to say that piece is very inspiring, I find.
Yeah.
And that's part of, I want to say, the connection that you can bring for people then.
Well, and that's what I try. That's kind of, because I've met so many people doing so many different things and like things that I never even thought were occupations or jobs. And I'm like, what? You do that for a living? And it just is like opened my mind that there's just so many different ways. And when you're from Minnesota and you've only seen one way and you've never even heard of, I don't know, what it, like, I don't even. I went to Burning Man and somebody's job is to build this giant car for Burning Man. So his whole year process is building this amazing car.
For the year?
Yeah.
All year?
Yeah, because it's this masterpiece. It's an art car, so it's a car of art. Right? Who knew? If you love art and you're like a mechanic, you can just do anything you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
So that's why I think people should just follow their passions and follow their hobbies because they'll start getting with other people that do that and then they'll start getting connected in that field and you just have to keep networking and connecting and crazy things come up.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay.
Yeah, like for me, I do these videos and I have a drone and I have all these, and so I was asked to document a mural being painted. And so I'm going, and it's like on this 20, 30-story building. Do you think that I was like, do you know what I want to do? I want to document a mural being, no, but it's like it's so cool.
Yeah,
I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you do though.
So those opportunities don't come when you're sitting at home being like, I wish I owned a drone, or I wish I could learn how to do this. Once you start getting out and doing them, and people are like, wait, I know somebody that does this, and I can connect them with blah, 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 blah.
Yes. Cool things. All the cool things. So, with being that you live a very different lifestyle from most people, what are the most common questions you get? Or would you say the most, like, myths that you bust as you're living your life?
I'm not a trust fund baby.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I haven't asked my parents for money in 2 years. Like, everyone's always like, oh, you must come from money. It's cool that you can do all that stuff. And I'm like, what? I wish that was the case. Like, I wish that's, no.
So you're not funded. You don't have,
no, I am self-funded.
You're not sponsored either?
Well, I'm trying.
Sponsor coming.
Coming soon.
Yes.
But so I mean that is the goal, to be able to be sponsored and to like do all those things. But I just like sharing right now, and I am able to go to enough places and meet enough people that I'm able to fund my own things. And that's the biggest, how do you do it? And that's the number one thing that I tell people when they say, well, how can you travel full time like this? I'm like, you have to get rid of your expenses. Like or minimize your expenses. Because I always say everyone makes this much money and then they spend rent, car payment, whatever, cable, what other bills, phone, whatever, and then they're left with this much. Well, I make this much, and then I have like phone, car, and we're working with the same amount. You know, like if you can get rid of your expenses that you have all the time, then you can have money to buy a trip somewhere. You can have money to go do the things that you're passionate about.
That's very interesting. I like it.
Thanks.
Okay. So next question I have for you is that in the past 3 years, what would you say were the biggest barriers that you had to just bust through? 2 to 3 years. Any barriers that you've come up against where you're like, this could literally stop me in my tracks, and I have to get through this to do what I'm still doing.
This. I'm gonna get through this. Gonna make it through. Right?
Yeah.
Do you know that song?
No.
Thanks for dancing with me.
I was going with it. The Disney movie theme song.
Really. Like I mean, I guess kind of what I said in Puerto Rico. Like the biggest barriers that I face are just like trying to keep everything in order. Really, I haven't had anything. Knock on wood. Like the number one. Thank you. I appreciate you. So grateful for you.
Loud, ominous knock.
Boom, boom. But like, health is the number one thing that that could potentially stop me, from my family, from me, whatever. But other than that, I'm like, I don't have enough money. Well, then I need to get a job. Or I can't do this. Well, I need to figure out a way to do it. Like, I don't experience big roadblocks because I just find them as challenges. Like, I'm like, okay, this isn't working. Am I pushing too hard, or do I need to push a little harder? And so that's kind of what
How do you make that distinction?
It's really hard. Because I'm somebody who's like, everything happens for a reason, and this giant roadblock came so that I don't do it. But I really want it. So do I keep pushing, or is this a sign? And I have to figure it out. And most of the time, I push a little harder. And if I still get resistance, I'm like, I hear you. Got it. Yeah.
But, loud and clear.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of...
Okay. Tell me something that may surprise people if they learned about you.
I get nervous every time I get on a plane for where I'm going. Not the actual plane ride. Plane rides are my meditation time. It is literally the time that I'm disconnected from They're starting to put Wi-Fi in airplanes. I'm like, don't take my time. Luckily, you have to pay for it. I'm really cheap, so I'm not too worried about it. But seriously, it's like the time that I don't have to worry about like responding to emails or posting anything or answering anyone's phone calls, and I can just be like, sorry, I was on a plane, and people are like, oh yeah, okay,
right.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
But the thing that every time I get on the plane, I'm always like, going to a new place, kind of nervous about this. And I actually talked about it in the Women Inspire podcast, how I get nervous about things. And she said that some of the big, like the people that do the skydiving from the highest, whatever, they said when they're standing up there, they're nervous. And so like, it's kind of interesting that even though you do it repeatedly, it still kind of like gives you a little anxiety. And I think if it didn't, it's not a challenge anymore.
Yeah.
So if you're like jumping out of the airplanes and you're like, meh, then you need to go a little higher. Right?
Meh, just an airplane.
Yeah.
You're gonna take a leap.
I know, you'd be scared of this. But like when I went to Greece when I went to Greece to work with the refugees, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I should do this. I'm really nervous. And my friend is like, this is good. This is going to be a good challenge for you. And I was like, okay, great. Thanks. I'll take it as a challenge.
Oh, good.
It's not a filter, people. It's a real face.
For real. all of it. So, okay. So when you go places too, because the other thing that I was thinking when I first saw you traveling a lot, I was like, wow, you have a lot of friends all over the place. That's so neat.
No, that's true.
I mean, like, but when you went to Greece, you didn't know people in Greece, did you?
I had somebody message me, a friend of a friend.
Okay,
said,
friend of a friend. Had you met them, like,
no,
like nose to nose?
but I stayed with their family for 6 weeks.
Oh, see?
We're friends now.
Oh, you're friends now?
Yeah.
6
I
weeks
can make
later.
or break a new friendship.
Yeah, I can.
It was great.
Yeah.
But like truly from traveling, you meet so many people and you get connected with so many people that I'm not like, oh, I've got friends all over the world, but I know people all over. And I think I'm never like, hey, can I stay with you or can I come visit? Yeah. People love when people, like you go visit people.
Yeah.
But that is like one of the ways that I travel. I like to know somebody there.
Okay. Nice.
But just by traveling, your network continues to get bigger and bigger.
Okay. What's something that you struggle with every day? Daily struggle for you.
My schedule. Why are you laughing?
You're like, duh.
No, I'm not kidding. Because I have to plan my next thing. And do I have to buy a flight? Where am I going to be to fly out? I don't know. So I can't buy my flight until like a week before. And maybe it's going to change 5 times before then. So I can't buy. And then like, where am I going to stay? Oh, you saw that I'm in town and you want to hang out. Oh, you did too? Oh, you want to hang out? Oh, you want to.
Minnesota now.
Yeah,
That's how I stalked her. Shh. I did. I stalked her. I was like, saw she posted something about
my
her nephew, Baby B, and I was like, Baby B, are you in Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Are you here? We're doing a video.
It's like when you're in college and you come back home from college and your friends are like, let's all hang out. And you're in college and you have nothing else to do but hang out with friends. And you're like, yeah. But now I'm like, well, I have to get my hours into work. And I just started trying to work out because I know. It's been 3 days now. Today was an 8-minute ab. I count that.
8-minute abs right here.
So,
Six
but just like scheduling everything. Seriously. So I just scheduling. But really scheduling, like I don't know, I have a calendar that I live by, and like if you're not in the calendar, I might forget. And so like the night before I'm always like, okay, what do I have to do tomorrow? And then I try and plan it. And this new thing that I started is when I start working, I sit down and I set a timer for like 5 or 10 minutes and I say, what do I need to do today? And I just take the time and make a to-do list. And I'll be like, work, you need to get this and this and this and this done. Video, this and this and this. What do you need to go buy? What do you need to make appointments for? Blah, blah, blah. And I just make the whole list. And most of the time, I just transfer that the next day onto the new list. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's been a good day. I didn't cross anything off today.
Oh. Well, you could put you did a video with me on there.
Yeah, well, we're not done yet. I'll cross it off when we're done.
Get moving here then. Okay. Okay.
I don't want to cross you off the list just yet.
Okay. So, scale from 0 to 10, how weird are you? How weird would you say that you are?
I forget. No, I would say.
So you're a little bit of an odd duck.
So, I think I'm a little weird. I would say I would exceed your weird scale after coffee. Otherwise, I'm kind of a bore.
Oh.
Yeah, I've learned that I'm more of an introvert. Do you believe me?
Unless you're
Really?
caffeinated.
Oh, when I'm caffeinated, I'm like, actually 90% of my day is telling myself like, Shayla, this is not an appropriate place to do a handstand. Don't do a handstand.
She did a handstand
You're
in my house upstairs.
I already did.
She did.
But there were
First 5
kids
minutes.
around, so it was like appropriate.
First 5 minutes. Hey, you want to see my handstands? I'm doing so good right now.
Poor dad, I'm like a 2-year-old. I'm like, Dad, watch. Dad, oh, I messed it up. Dad, watch my handstand. Look at, Do you see it? Are you looking? Are you? Did you see that? Like, seriously. So, like, I'll be in Caribou and I'm like, don't do it. Stop.
Oh.
This is not the place.
Well, she did make my 7-year-old watch her do a handstand.
And she was impressed.
Yeah.
I felt real good about that.
That was her face.
It was good. So yeah, I think on my weird scale, we're comparable.
Okay.
So whatever that means.
All right. That's fair. So last few questions I have for you are...
Oh, we just got a thumbs up for that. Yes! Oh, you're as weird as Beth? Nah, you're good. I love it.
So when I think about, if I were to travel and do all these things, because I've done a lot of travel, either work related or for like
for
volleyball.
funsies? Oh.
Not for fun,
Okay.
but for
More thumbs
sports.
ups.
Yeah, because I was an athlete, so every time I'd go somewhere, I'd be traveling with other like 6-foot Amazon gals doing things, right?
Avatars.
Yeah, literally avatars walking through airports. I remember one time there was like this group of, I think they were Japanese tourists, and we were in LA or something on a layover, and I remember like me and my teammates were all just standing around like exhausted, like bleary eyed, all this stuff,
looking real good,
and they all like just huddled around us and started taking pictures with us, and then like petting our hair, like yeah, it was. I was just like,
but why
hey.
are they doing?
Yeah, it's just good. Yes, it's just good. Hi, Casey. That's my friend Casey.
Hey, Casey. Hey.
So, yeah. Living out of my mind. So, my question is with some of the things that I've thought about with travel, or the travel experience I've had is just not nearly as extensive as yours. And living abroad, you've done a lot of that. Is like, I would think of, my questions are around things like how do you find food? Like the nutrition piece of it. Like when you land somewhere, because I've heard you speak about food in some of your other videos of like, if the language is symbols, how do you get a meal?
Right.
Or
well, should I tell you the Japan story?
Yes.
Japan, obviously symbols. So in one of my videos, I was like, when it's Spanish, you can at least say like polo for pollo. She loves my videos. She watches my videos. Yay! Thanks, Casey. So
that made your day right there.
Yeah, that was great. So she said, it's all symbols. So you can't like kind of guess how to say it. You're like, I don't even know what this is. So I was in Japan with my cousin, and there was a restaurant, and it was nighttime, and it said hot dogs and coffee, and I was like, well, it's just, that's English, so let's go in there.
You can eat there.
And then we got there, and the menu was not in English. It was all in symbols, and there were no photos, and there was nothing. And so we were like, we'll take the hot dogs and coffee. And of course that's what we got, because that's, so like, you kind of, and honestly, I would say that when I'm home, I eat really well, and I eat clean or whatever. I just eat whatever makes my body feel good. It's kind of out the window when I'm pretty sure I gained 10 pounds in Greece.
So here's thoughts that I have around, like, if I were to travel abroad, or like, that's on my bucket list, to go abroad in other countries, and besides taking you with me so you can help me navigate so I don't die. I was like, hashtag don't die overseas.
That's sponsored.
Is I think I would prepare by literally making flashcards of like food. Be like, can I have this?
Yeah,
I brought my own.
I don't know that I'm
picture.
coming. I'm not sure that.
You're tapping out right now.
Seem a little type A for me. You're gonna
the food piece.
You're gonna make flashcards of what?
Of like a picture of a chicken on one side, and then like a chicken breast
you need
dinner.
To up your charades game, lady. Sometimes I go like this. Moo or
no, you do not.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There were bull balls in Greece, and I was like,
no.
Are those? Oh, I was like, moo, and they were like, yes. I was like, stop.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Learning so much.
You have to be better at charades and not carry around flashcards. What are you gonna do? Like bull bowl?
Well, I would like a picture of a cow.
Just a cow.
Just a cow.
And then you would just know that that's what they were.
Yeah.
There was
well, you
also
could point
a
to
head.
the different anatomy on the cow.
There was yeah, we're different learners.
This region or this region?
We're kind of different learners. So what's the question?
How do you How do you eat? Like, how do you find food? You land in a different country where you have never been before. And, I mean, if you know somebody, great, but you don't know the environment, you don't know the places, you can't read the language. How do you find food to put in your mouth?
People are super, sign language.
You just walk around, hey, you, I'm hungry.
Yes.
Really?
Yes! Well, first of all, you can kind of tell what's a restaurant and what's not.
Oh, that's new. Okay.
So, yeah. And most of the time, people at the restaurant want you to eat at the restaurant. So they're, like, super helpful and they're willing to help you. I would say a lot of places speak English. But if they don't speak English, then you literally they'll be like, oh, what would you recommend? Or what's the most popular thing? Or... That's hard to charades, but it's really not difficult. I mean, you can do chicken or...
So I'm going to make a request now. The next time you're in a country where you don't speak the native language, I would like a charade video.
With a local.
With a little bit of that action. And
maybe I should do like the top 10 charades for traveling.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. I'm super happy right now.
So next week on Living on a One-Way. No, I don't think I'll do that. But not next week, but I'll do it. I'll wait till I have a story about it. Okay. Like the bull balls.
Yeah.
But yeah, food is not that difficult to find.
Okay.
Truly. Like most of the time, I don't know what I'm ordering and I just get it.
And you just eat it.
But this time I did bring, there's like these greens that you can buy. I'm sure Isogenics has all of that, but like there are greens and I just bought it at Target.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a digestive green thing. And sometimes when I'm like, ugh, wake up in the morning, I'm like, Deja's here! Deja!
That just made your day again.
Deja! I love Deja!
She really likes it when I say that too.
Do people do that? She hates it. I hope she's not watching.
I hope she tuned out already.
So
she's gonna kill me. She isn't already. Anyway,
I forget.
Okay, so the other thing I was thinking about in terms of travel and going places is that you travel by yourself and you go on adventures. I mean, sometimes I see that you're with somebody else, but a lot of times you're adventuring solo. And, you know, do you ever find yourself in a dangerous situation or there ever...
I think I do my best to prevent dangerous situations. So first of all, I don't get blackout drunk. I think that a lot of people are like, I'm on vacation and I'm going to go clubbing and get really drunk, and then they're like, why did I end up not in my own room? And you're like, I bet you don't remember how you got there. Like it's really dangerous, especially when you're by yourself. You just can't do that. And I think I think by traveling I've learned a lot of things. Like you're gonna meet people in public and you have to follow your gut. Like I've fine-tuned my gut as far as instincts. Like I listen to it. Most people have that gut feeling, but they're like, nah, and they like override. Where I'm like, I don't know why I've got this feeling in my gut, but I'm not going to do this. And so you really have to listen because it's almost always right.
Wow.
So I don't have like a horrible story about anything because I don't try and put myself in bad situations. I like try and kind of think ahead and realize. And the other thing is I have a video actually about how to travel solo, like 10 tips for traveling solo. And one of the best ones that I have is like act like you know where you're going. So don't be like, oh my gosh, where's Starbucks? And you've got your backpack on and you're looking at a map and you're like, if this is that street and you walk around like,
that would be me.
No. Don't do that. You're just putting a giant tourist sign on your forehead like, somebody come rob me. I'm not from here. So you need to walk around like you walked these streets 100 times. And you might be walking the opposite direction of Starbucks. But you can get to somewhere and ask them like, Starbucks, however you want to charade Starbucks. I don't know.
Yeah, how do you charade Starbucks?
I would just say cafe. I feel like it's almost...
Cafe.
Yeah. I know a few languages. I know coffee in a few languages and it's cafe.
Coffee must be very important then.
So, for me, it's like the most essential thing. When I get to a place, I'm like, but how do you make coffee here? I don't know.
Now that I'm here, where's the coffee?
For real.
Don't laugh. It's not funny.
It's not a joke. But so you have to like walk like you're on your way to work and you've been here 1,000 times, and don't like walk around with your phone in your hand casually by your side or in an outside pocket or different things that are super accessible for people to be like, snatch. Keep all this stuff kind of hidden and then get to a spot and then like pull out your phone and try and figure out where you're going. But don't do it in the middle of
the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not even on the sidewalk.
Okay. So then
Coffee is important, see?
coffee is important. Coffee is life.
It is.
So,
But that's the other, like, I realize that I'm not very good with dairy. And so I'm always like, so what about the soy milk or the almond milk? And it's not that common to have those things in other countries. So, like in Greece, I learned how to have black coffee.
oh.
Well, I thought it was interesting at least.
Okay, so skills that you've acquired that you would have living the life experiences that you live, you know, that like
Yes.
I wouldn't have.
I understand.
Okay.
I think that this is just big training, like entrepreneurship training.
Oh.
I think that I am learning how to take risks. I'm learning how to be resourceful. I'm learning how to network. I'm learning how to plan things. I'm learning all of those things, which then will carry over into some sort of business or some sort of
Something else.
yes. But I think all these things are, I think I'm learning a lot. I also think that with these different experiences and seeing like different cultures and how people do things, I'm way more open-minded. And it's hard to come and be with people who are like, those refugees really, and I'm like, don't talk to me about them, like they're my friends. So like I am like, well, do you know their story? Like you don't know anything about it, right? I don't know. Or when people are judgmental about other people, like, oh, this person just cut me off. I'm like, what if they're late for something and they just
What if they have diarrhea?
they could have diarrhea.
That's what I think a lot.
Usually those like perceptions come from experience.
Well, I mean, if you're like zooming through traffic and you're like, get out of my way,
Right.
that would be the reason I would be doing that.
Uh-huh.
Is that I would be like, I need a bathroom. Now.
Coffee's important to you too.
Coffee is
Yeah.
so important.
But really, I feel like because I've cut people off and it's because I have an emergency or I'm super in a hurry. I'm never like just doing it to be in
A poop face. Yeah.
yeah, that'll work.
Okay. So what are your best resources for somebody? Well, besides following you, so we can find you on...
Living on a one-way on this Facebook icon that I drew. We got another lake! Or this YouTube icon that I drew. Or on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I make videos once a week and I talk about like where I am and what I'm doing and different... Melissa's here. Hey. Really, hi. I'm Living on a One-Way. I'm Shayla with Living on a One-Way. But I make videos every week talking about where I am in the world or usually... Like now I'm home and so I'm like, well, I can't do an adventure every single week that I'm home. I could, but I could, but I'll just talk about something interesting that happened and kind of how I perceive it because I'm pretty much an open book, just wide open book. Oh, tap the screen. So I kind of just tell stories and hopefully comical. I try really hard to be funny.
It's funny.
I try so hard to be funny. But it just comes naturally, you know?
It just comes naturally.
Yeah. No, I do. I make these videos and I just kind of talk about different experiences and like how I have a different perception about things. Like this week, my sister and I are going to do a video because videos with my sister are the best.
Mm-hmm.
And
They are.
she sees me in a different light than other people. Like the other day, a baby was, well, this isn't that weird, I guess, but I'm like weird into my oils, my essential oils. I'm like, well, you can just fix everything with that. And that's what I do. Well, I have a backpack and I carry like 30 essential oils with me. It's kind of excessive. But so like there's a baby crying next door and I was like, should we bring her like some lavender for her baby? And my sister's like, Shayla, that's weird. You don't just or like I don't wear like sturdy bras, so I just nip out all the time. She's like, that's not socially acceptable here. And I'm like, but in Costa Rica. I still do it though.
The living abroad versus...
Don't have your house so cold, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, not
Lesson
you.
learned.
It's fine, I'm fine. I just don't care. Or like shaving my legs. I did a video this week about I'm not good at being a girl because I just don't shave my legs that often. I did it. I did it today. Do you want to?
Well, thank you.
Does that even not look like my leg?
looks fake. It looks really her leg, but it looks fake. Yeah.
It's because it's like almost plasticky because it's shaved.
It's very, very smooth.
Anyways, so.
Like a mannequin.
Yeah, Living on a One Way is where you can find my videos.
Yeah. Good resources. Very, yeah, I just find, so I find Shayla very inspirational because it's a very different lifestyle and you make it work and you make it look fun and entertaining.
But I hope I show like the real parts too. I really try my hardest to be like, it was a hard week.
Like the stories are real stories. Like, this was great, but this was not great. Or I got really lost doing this. Or I thought this was going to happen and the complete opposite happened. And it was still okay, but it was just not the way I planned it. Yeah. So,
good.
Yeah. Very good life lessons. Very, what's the word I want to use?
Real.
Very real. Very real. And that's what I think I think that's my favorite thing about you is that you're just real. Like there's no, right? There's no like, oh, let me just get, you talk like, oh yeah, I put mascara on today because I'm doing a video. But I mean, other than that, it's just like, you're not like, hi, I am this. It's
I
like,
hope I'm not like that.
This is who I am and this is.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
It's like, I don't
subscribe or don't subscribe.
Either way. But you should subscribe. You should subscribe because it's really fun.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me, Beth.
It's great for you.
It was such a good time. How do you close?
I don't know. I had questions written down. I prepared and I don't.
Anybody have ideas on how to close? Should you just type something?
Some of this is, on the awkwardness that I have.
You blame awkwardness? That's cool.
Yeah, well, I studied for years. I mean, right? You've hung out with people who are.
I've hung out with you.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. And you can subscribe to me on Living on a One Way. At least go check me out. And if you go do that, right on there, I saw you on Beth. I stayed through the awkward moments to the end of the video to see that you told us to say, hey, I saw you on Beth Westy's video, and now I'm over here. And I don't know what I'll do, but I'll for sure see it and like it and comment it back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comment back with a really great joke. A joke about
Or just maybe the nerd emoji.
Oh.
Look forward to that. All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Everybody have a great day.
Bye.